welcome back to Crime Time with Us. No one's in here yet, and that's fine. I never schedule my lives usually, so not really surprised. Um, I guess I'll wait. I guess I'll wait a couple minutes for people to come in. And I hope some of the subscribers that have subscribed to me because of the Dylan Rounds case come in. You guys are really the people that I would like to talk to and meet, sort of. Um, there's been an influx of new subscribers that I've gotten because of Dylan's case. I don't know you guys, and I don't need to know everything about your personal life, but prior to this, I got to know my subscribers, and I like that. And while I'm still a smaller channel, I like to get to know my subscribers. Okay. So what I'm seeing happening is, because of Dylan's case and all this creator nonsense and all this stuff, that there are a lot of people that don't know my channel, they don't know me, and they don't know how I like to run my channel. And I don't have a problem with differences of opinion. Okay, I encourage them. In fact, if I'm allowed to have my opinion and state it, so are you. But the only thing that I ask is that you do it with some tact and some class. And there is a way to do that. So, hi. Um, but what I will not tolerate is people coming on to my platform and leaving nasty comments, being rude, being disrespectful. If you're a grown up, I fully expect that you know how to conduct yourself, not only in a real life setting, but also on a social media platform setting. And if you can't manage to do that, uh, you can go. It's really that simple. Good morning, true crime addict. But I really did want to address this. And I do hope that some of you guys that have subscribed to me because of Dylan's case come in, say hi, and stuff like that. Because, just having all of these new faces, all of these new people, and you guys not knowing anything about my channel or the way that it works, and, just sort of thinking that this is a free for all like other channels, it's not. I really do not run my channel that way. I don't like drama. You guys should know that um, about me. I don't like fighting with other creators. I don't like to do things like that. Um, it's been hard to get to know some of you guys because, hi, Jasmine, how are you? Hi, Badger Life. Just because when, I've been reporting on Dylan's case, I'm really focused on reporting on the case and that kind of thing. So it's not been typical where I used to, talk to all of my subscribers in the chat and be able to kind of personally, talk with them. A lot of the time, like on Friday and Saturday nights, I like to drink with my subscribers and cut it up. And those are some of my favorite and best live streams, just because they were fun and we got to talk and hang out and things like that. So that that's kind of how my channel is. It's not always so serious, even though it is a true crime channel. I talk about this constantly, and I'm going to say it again. It's very, very, very important to decompress from true crime because it's so heavy on your mind. True crime addict. That's why I came here and come back. One of the few channels that has intelligent conversation. Well, thank you. Badger Life, you were tipsy talking about Dylan the other night. Not cool. And your comment is exactly what I'm talking about. If I want to have a drink on a Saturday night, I will. Was it planned for Kurt to come on a live stream with me? No. Actually, I didn't know, but he was supposed to be on Zav Girl's channel. That didn't happen. So I don't know what was not cool about that for you. But again, if I want to have a drink on a Saturday night, I will. And if I start talking about cases, then I do. Jasmine, I agree with you, true crime. Holly, is it your morning or night? It is 5 a.m. my time, East Coast time. So, I'm kind of glad that Badger Life said this, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. What was so uncool for you? And I'm asking that legitimately. You just didn't like that. It just didn't sit well with you. Because I would like to tell you what my life has been since about June 12th. Very little sleep, a ton of stress. My family has actually complained quite a bit because you guys don't see anything that goes on behind the scenes. It is constant phone calls and emails and time spent on this case. So I apologize, Badger Life, if you didn't think it was cool that I had a drink and talked about Dylan's case. But I'm not really going to apologize for it. I'm sure there's a lot of you that think about this case often, as do I. It is literally the first thing I think about when I wake up. Pops right in my head. And before I go to sleep, I'm usually laying there thinking about something about it, something that was said to me, something that was told to me, and I just go over in my head about things. Hey, Colleen. Celeste Stingy. Morning, Lovey. Just checking in before I leave for hospital. My 83-year-old dad has fell and cracked 3 ribs. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I really hope your dad's okay. That's got to be really painful. Jefferson. Hey, Jess. Tell Kurt I said I will blow his head off if I find he did something to Dylan. Well, Jefferson, that is another comment. That's not okay to say. Okay? I understand that this case brings up a lot of ill feelings for people. That includes me. But that's just not comments that you can make. It's not. I don't want to see you get yourself in trouble, or anything like that. So please watch what you say. Holly, you shouldn't have to apologize. You do you. Thank you, Holly, and I will. I will. There's people that I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure this part out. But there's people that really think that, I don't know, they can tell you how to run your channel. They'll tell you how you should have said something, how you should have did something, how you look. They'll criticize every last thing about you. And, I could never in a million years imagine being a celebrity. I don't know how these people deal with that. They cannot possibly look at social media ever, and not feel some kind of way, because it's terrible. The things that people will just so blatantly say to you. Taka girl, you were so drunk the other night, it was embarrassing for your channel. Okay, that's your opinion. Yeah, I drank. I'm not denying that. I just talked about that, actually. So, again, if I wanted to drink, I will. If you don't like that, you certainly don't have to watch. It's really that simple. Badger Life, a missing person requires some professionalism. Yeah, I'm also a human, Badger. I'm not law enforcement. Okay, I'm not a professional news media. You're in my garage with me right now. All right, I'm just a normal person, just like you guys. I'm not anyone special. I'm not retired law enforcement. I'm not any of that. I am literally just a person. Do I think that I got too drunk the other night? I do. Very much so. Um, and maybe that was me dealing with the stress of all this. I don't really know. Tyler even said to me, and I was like, yeah, it was a bit much, a whole bit much. So I guess instead of getting defensive about that, I probably should really just apologize for it. But I do want to finish that comment, whatever that person was saying. Hi, Black Dove. How are you? Hi, Angie. Thanks, Holly. Badger Life. Let's see. You ask your audience to be adults and act the opposite. Maybe a cooking YouTube show. Maybe not. Okay. Maybe sometimes people just aren't perfect, Badger. I'm positive you've done things in your life that weren't the greatest idea, right? Um, Jasmine, I often thought the same. Never would like to be famous, gossip, too much for sensitive people like I feel you are and my hypersensitivity. Um, I Hey Glory, how are you? Let's see. Just trying to look at these comments. Um, let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Badger. Quit badgering her. Black Dove, well, what's up with you? Glorindella, I'm always talking with Glory. Said something else. I don't see your other comment. Glory, I'm not going to knock you. People don't know how tough it is. They really don't. You definitely do, Glory. You definitely do. Um, I know you know. It's really tough. It really is. There's so much. Yeah, and there's a lot of things I can't even say, which makes it even more frustrating, really, for me. Because there's things I definitely want to say, and I can't. So I could, but I'm not. Lupus, as a creator, we look up to you, love. Well, thank you, Lupus. Just don't drink as much as I did the other night. That's the message that I guess I have. That's probably a good idea. Rainy Joe, oh, YouTube is nothing but a bunch of ex-cons and ex-addicts who love to talk about their past, but you get drunk one time and now they're all a bunch of saints. Yeah, I know, right? Black Dove, I'm good, and we all have our bad days. People shouldn't be slapping you down when you just apologize. And what I saw wasn't even that bad. I didn't think it was terrible. Like it was clearly. I definitely drank. There's no doubt about that. And Kurt definitely drank as well. I mean, that's what it was. So we forgive you because we want the same. I appreciate that, Lupus. I do. I do. I True Crime Utah, Glory. I've been impressed how many things you've said behind the scenes have come out since from other sources. I heard it from you first. Yeah, I think people in the know. And Gloria, you're in the know. So it's I don't. It's just a lot. I don't know how else to say it. I even get emotional about the stuff. It's like something that consumes you, and you try to focus on other things, and you can't. My phone never quits. It just is. It constantly is going off with different messages across every different messaging platform you can like think of. And even when I try to step away from it and just sort of like, put my phone down and just like, I'm done with this for, the next 8 hours, it never happens. It has not happened. Uh, this case just, it's been so overwhelming for me that I've like lost track of days. Like I'll think like it's Wednesday and it's Friday, or I'll think it's Monday and it's Wednesday or something. It's really been that way. It really has. And I don't know if people really understand that or not. I know certain people do. I know certain people that cover true crime definitely do. I don't know that subscribers know. Sid Vicious, hey Jess, I've been MIA. Yeah, where you been? Apparently I missed a lot, but hey, we all have our moments drinking. I know I do. Yeah, well, I got pretty darn tipsy last night, Sid. And I was talking to a person involved in Dylan Rounds' case. And he was also drinking as well. We were not drinking together. We're like on the opposite sides of the country, but um, you know, I was asked to take it down, so I did. I just made it members only. There was some pretty bad language in there, and that's really why I made it members only. Um, I have to agree with I can't remember your name. I'm sorry, whichever person said that's really not a good look for your channel. I agree with you. I agree with you. So, Lupus, I'm just a subscriber. I want the best for you. I know you do, Lupus. You're always so sweet. Sid Vicious, hey, don't beat yourself up. I can't imagine how exhausted you are daily. Very, very exhausted, Sid. You don't know. It's just it's just been a lot. Um, and that's the thing. Like just the case itself. Like cross YouTube out of it, cross other creators out of it, cross all of that stuff out of it. Just the case itself is so time consuming and it's such an overload of information daily. It's a level of stress that is a lot. My hat is off to the FBI, to law enforcement, because I can't even imagine what these people go through, honestly. But just this little bit that I've done with Dylan's case, I really can't imagine this being my life. Excuse me, perplexed. You were a mess and made this case a mockery. Did I? That was me. That's quite rude of you. And I don't think I've made anything a mess or a mockery. So you may have done that with your guests. But it doesn't seem like you want to be here. It seems like you would rather just be rude to me. So why don't you just leave? I don't come to your channel. I don't come to your channel. I don't come in there and insult you. I don't say rude things to you. I don't do any of that to you. So why are you doing that to me? Oh, okay. Hopefully it's not. Thanks, True Crime Addict. And this is another thing. People love to do this. They love to steal people's profile pictures, and they will come in acting like a uh, a creator, and they'll start drama, just like that. And it's just why trolling. Love to troll, I guess. Rainy Joe. Well, regardless, Jess, you're great at what you do. Just takes a little time. Just take a little more time for yourself because you matter too. Yeah, one of my longtime subscribers, and I get a little emotional when I talk about her because she's such a great person. Um, she reached out to me, and she just said the kindest thing to me. She was like, I know how like you are, and she was like, I just want you to take time for yourself. And sometimes, you don't give yourself like permission to do that, or you don't. It's like you're just going 100 miles an hour. And so when you have somebody, outside say something like that to you, that they can tell how stressed you are or how this is, I don't know. It just struck me, and that was Tamara. So Tamara, if you're watching, your your email your email did it for me. So sorry. It just really has been a lot, you guys. It's been really weird for me to click on other channels and see my face, and see my videos being played, and see my videos on the news, and it's been very overwhelming, like extremely overwhelming, actually. Am I being blackmailed? By who? I don't, not that I'm aware of. Anyway, it's been a lot. I keep saying that, but I don't know how else to describe it. Very overwhelming. And I just thought that my original thought with Dylan was this kid went missing on my birthday. That really was my original thought. He went missing on my birthday. Let me read about this. Let me read about this person. So when I started reaching out to people, I had no idea that all of this was going to happen. Where I have people coming into my chat I've never seen before, never talked to before, just making rude comments, being disrespectful, me being ripped apart over an interview I did with somebody in the case. I mean, it's just enough. If you want to hear about a case or whatever, I mean, then here it is. If you don't like the way I did it, sorry. I don't know what else to tell you. Again, I'm just a normal person. I'm not some professional. I don't know what you guys are expecting. I'm just me. Yeah, I am pretty overwhelmed. I know I'm not being blackmailed. So that'd be pretty terrible if I was, but I'm not. But yes, I am pretty overwhelmed. Um, YouTubers have short memories. This too shall pass. Don't let it slow you. No, it's not even. I really did want to get on here and really talk to new subscribers. That's really what I wanted to do. Since we're on the topic, though, I might as well address the Kurt interview last night. I might as well. And I might as well tell you guys about me and who I am. I feel like you see or hear my name on other channels. I've tuned in and heard my name being said, and it's weird. It's strange. It feels weird. Um, but true crime addict, dude, you did a better job than most professionals, so don't even apologize for yourself. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just a normal person. I don't know. Uh, Glory, don't beat yourself up. You do a good job. Thanks, Glory. Badger Life, and tell us to have class. Yeah, yeah, I did say that, and I stand behind that. Um, do I think that I made a mistake with that? Yes, I'm talking about it. That doesn't mean that because you mess up that you just keep getting to mess up. It doesn't mean because I messed up that you just get to say whatever or whatever, or that you shouldn't have class. You should want that for yourself. I mean, you're sort of putting me down here, right? That whatever you said earlier, that was just so terrible. So I'm just going to assume that you have class normally if you think that was so terrible. Uh, Carla Anderson, Jess, they're just haters. Don't let them get you down, girl. Yeah, I know. And you know what? It's not even them. I mean, it's the subscribers are one thing, but it's a small part of a big picture. The big picture is everything behind the scenes off the air. That's the big picture. This is just a small slice of it. So my real stress comes from the off air stuff, not even from the on air stuff. Honestly, it's Chris. Hi, Chris. Not sure where you live, but if you could get online and look for a breathe work session in your area, it does amazing. I lost your comment. It does amazing things for times like this. Keep on keeping on, Jess. Thank you, Chris. Um, Glory, tip of the iceberg. Yeah, it really is tip of the iceberg, Glory. I know that you know. Um, I'm glad you're here because I feel like you're just like one person in here that understands probably exactly what I'm saying. True crime addict. How many creators acknowledge mistakes or even think about apologizing? I can't think of one until right now. That is class, Jess. I'm trying. Um, I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. I do think it was embarrassing. I think the person that said that again was correct, and I don't think it should have happened. Um, so yeah. Emma, I started watching you just before your channel name changed. You're doing fine. As I see it, must be hard facing the world every day and trying to get everything right. Yeah, it really is. I'm glad you brought that up as well because there's even times where I get on air and I'll mix a name up or something, and that's pretty important in a case. Sometimes you have to go back and like make corrections and say, hey, I said this. This is not what it was. It's actually this. Um, Definitely had to do that before. The the great the greatly touched. Are you sober this time? I believe so. I believe I am. Water. Okay. It's 5 a.m. and it's also not Saturday. So I am definitely not going to be drinking on a Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. Now on Friday and Saturdays, I will make no promises. Will I be going live and doing that again? No. Now, will I get on here and have some drinks with you guys and cut up with you guys and it not be about a case? Absolutely. And you guys that know me and that were here before Dylan's case, you guys definitely know that I will get on here and do that with you. So, Tony, oh yeah, I could tell. That's okay. Yes, absolutely. Glory, I had to do that on one video. I didn't want to be like my stubborn grandmother and not admit my mistake. Yeah, you have to, you know, you have to. And even when you're trying to be as factual as you possibly can, you still make mistakes. You still make errors. It's just being human. It really is. So Black Dove, Glory, who's getting blackmailed? I don't think anyone's getting blackmailed, Black Dove. I think someone asked me if I was getting blackmailed, but which I'm not. In case anybody's worried, I am not being blackmailed. Okay, so you know, but I something that I think you guys that again that have come in from the Dylan Rounds case don't know about me. I do like to laugh a lot, and I haven't laughed very much. I laughed last night for sure, but I'm usually an upbeat person. I'm usually an optimistic person. I'm usually a pretty laughy person, and I haven't been that way lately. So, really, Glory, I didn't know about that. Or was that a sleuth mom? Liz, some of these earlier comments were way harsh. It was one mediocre interview. Her earlier work clearly makes up for it. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate that. Carla Anderson, Black Dove, what do you think about Ty Corbin? Glorindella, I don't want to say publicly. That's up to them. They aren't happy about it. No, that's fine. You don't have to say it all, Glory, but that's yeah, I actually had a subscriber reach out to me tonight, I think, or last night technically, asking me to edit part of her out of one of my videos because they were threatening to dox her. Why? Just why? I mean, because somebody has a different opinion than you. Like, it's very, very rare for me to ever tell someone what channel to watch or things like that. I never try to tell people how to run their channels or anything like that. But trying to dox subscribers because they have an opinion, I wouldn't even do that to some of the people that have left the most horrible uh, comments in here. I just, for what? I don't even have the time to do that. It just seems like such a waste. Carrie, too much drama. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Even though I have to be honest, I told you guys that I really don't I really haven't been watching the other channels. And the reason for that is just because I don't feel like I need to really, because I talk to so many people behind the scenes that I know a lot that's going on in this case, and I don't really need to watch other channels to get information from them. Lupus, we can agree to disagree. Sure, absolutely. And you know that, Lupus. You're not new to my channel. You absolutely know how I feel about stuff like that. People absolutely have different opinions than me and things like that, and it's okay. But they don't come in, being completely rude and saying things to, me that they wouldn't say to a person on the street. And that's really how you have to think about this. If you wouldn't walk up to someone and say it to their face, don't do it online. Just don't. Tony, I'll tell you, it was Laura. He was pathetic and truly crossed the line way too far. Okay, I'm kind of lost in what you guys are talking about, so I'm not really sure. You guys just seem to be having a whole entire conversation that is about blackmailing. That is not what I wanted this stream to be. Okay. So whoever was blackmailed or whoever's being blackmailed, I have no idea. Laura, whoever Laura is, I do not know. Okay. I'm gonna guess that's perplexed QT. I really don't feel like going into this drama, you guys. I just don't. Whatever is going on between her and Jim, they need to figure it out, I guess. I don't know. But I don't really see why we're talking about this on my channel right now. This is not the topic. This is not what I'm on here for right now. I don't want my channel to turn into Gossip Central where, my chat is this whole thing of, oh, who's doing this to who and who's doing this to who, and just cut it out. Just stop. I've wanted to come on here less and less and less. It doesn't mean I don't work Dylan's case every single day, because I promise you that I do. And I think Glory could probably vouch for that somewhat. Some Beach. Okay, thanks. She blocked me yesterday for sharing. Okay. Again, if we're just going to continue to talk about Jim Terry and whoever he's blackmailing, Laura or something, I'm just going to end the live stream. There's no reason for me to be on here. It's not what I want to talk about. So. A true crime addict. It's not easy on Black Dove. It's no secret, but I think he is someone who really could solve cases, but I get why he don't want to. Okay. Badgering Life Crafting. Okay. Thank you, Carrie. I hope they find Dylan as well. What I really think, what I'll submit to you guys is that it's just, in my opinion, I really feel like it's going to take someone to talk. And the people that I believe to be suspects, I don't think they're going to do that. I hope they do. But Rainy Joe, I took a big mental health break from Dylan Brown's case for the last couple of weeks, and I poured myself into an entirely new case. I came back to Dylan's case tonight, and the break was great. Good for you, Rainy. It takes that. Hi, Cynthia. I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Eric, at Black Dove, given what Jess just said, I apologize for giving you a hard time. Ree, you know what? I do think you're a smart guy and legit. We all just want to find Dylan. Yes. There's some people that say that, and there's some people that actually mean it. So, you always have to keep focus of what this really is about. It's not about me. It's not about me drinking, which I shouldn't have done. Again, I should have done that. Okay. There's just too many of you new subscribers that just don't know me at all. So I wanted to take this live stream to sort of get to know you a little bit and talk to you just as people. Attacking one another and doing all of this stuff, it's unnecessary. It has nothing to do with the case. It has nothing to do with Dylan. And I know that people think that, drama is so exciting. So exciting. Well, it's not. When you're talking about missing people, it's not. I mean, good night, Carla. Black Dove, Jess, do you think there are still people out there who had a hand in Dylan's disappearance? Yes, I do. Glory, I would love to learn more about this Bibbins fella. but I need to wind down and get some sleep. Court in 8.5 hours for Chase Venstra. I want to catch any crumbs which may fall. Glory, I have total faith in you that you will do that. And I can't wait to hear or see about that. I'm very interested to know how that's going to turn out. So I assume you're going to try to do footage if you can, Glory. And everyone is aware that Glory does have her own channel, right? I'm sure you guys know that, but if you don't, she has her own channel where she had raw footage of Candace on there and stuff, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows that. So, Carrie, we all make mistakes. We are all adults, and sometimes we got to let loose once in a while. Yes, I let my hair totally down. Do I regret it? Yes, but at the same time, it was such a needed outlet. I don't know how to describe it, although not a good decision one, really. So, live and learn. I think Sun Beach, like that had to be Jim actually getting him alone and snapping. No. Sun Beach. There's a lot of information that still has not come out. I'll tell you that. Again, I have not been watching other channels, like really none of them. But you know, I have subscribers and people that will text me or email me and say, hey, you know, this was said on this channel, or this was said on this channel, or whatever it may be. But I have yet to hear really important things about the characters involved in this case. I've yet to hear any of that stuff released. And I don't know that that's going to be. Jess, I have listened but never commented. I am an old grandmother with agoraphobia, trying to live each day with a hope I make it. I'm sorry, it's moving a little quickly. Trying to live each day with a hope I make it. If I ever finish this comment, I'm sorry. I make it to the front porch. Now you know me. Okay, Crystal. See, I love people like you. I like people that like to have a good laugh. I like people that know how to, you know, sort of stop the heaviness of a crime and just, you know, just interact as humans. It's so important, even if it is through this screen, you know. Rainy Joe. Some of these haters, you know, when I used to be on Twitter a long time ago, this lady flipped out one time and she was like, "Oh, you hatters." And she spelled it Hatters. So to this day, that was years ago. But to this day, every time I read haters, I always think hatters in my head. I don't know. But anyway, so Rainy Joe says some of these hatters spend too much time watching other channels that act like complete imbeciles. So then that transfers across YouTube. Yeah, I know. I know. Badger Life. Like the gun was found and Dylan's phone found. Yeah. Yep. Sun Beach. Why though? Why hide information when everyone is pointing fingers at possible innocent people? Not being mean, I swear. Why? I'm glad you asked that question because it's an active investigation. Okay. And so with some of the information that I know, it should not be made public. It's just not for public consumption. And so that's why. It's not because I'm trying to keep things from you guys or stuff like that, but this is YouTube. And then you have Dylan Brown, who is a real life person and a real life case. So, you know, it just, there's some things that I've been asked not to say, and I'm not. So that's why. And to be honest with you about that, actually, Summer Beach, that's kind of driven me crazy a little bit because, you know, I'm a YouTuber. So that's kind of what I do is tell you guys things or tell you guys about crimes. And so being stifled from doing that is probably just as frustrating for me, if not more, than for you guys, because it kind of goes against everything that I'm doing here. So that has been frustrating, and I have had to think before I've gone on to lives about exactly what I was not going to say, and that's been difficult. So, Glory, the hearing in the morning will be short and sweet. Okay, so that's Chase's hearing in the morning. The meaty one will probably be Friday. I expect we have the family there again. Uh, Good. I hope they show up to everything that they possibly can. At Jess, I was just giving you a hard time when I asked if you were sober. I wasn't criticizing you. No, I saw the LOL, so I figured you were joking. Shacy, hi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I might be butchering the heck out of that, and if I am, I'm sorry. But she says, I think that the town people in Montello may have suspicions as to who's responsible for Dylan's disappearance. Oh, they surely do. But they really don't have any proof, so it makes it hard. There's a lot of this happening. There's a lot of this happening. Finger pointing. There's a lot of that going on. But when you get down to the base of this and what was really happening, all of that finger pointing goes right out the window. It's so irrelevant. Um, Crystal's laughing. I don't know at what, but we both are laughing. Let's see. Black Dove. Jess, you have your own timeline written down. I keep finding discrepancies between the official one and locals' accounts. Kurt, Sammy, gun and key found according to Kurt, Sammy, but not official one. Are you talking about the media manager for, when you say official one, talking about law enforcement? You talking about the media manager for the Rounds Cooley families? What do you mean by official one? And my own timeline, I do not have written down. I just have a crap ton of notes, like an insane amount of notes. So yeah, I have a lot of stuff actually. It's mind-boggling to even think about. Yes, Carrie, Hatters. Eric, why do you think this case is having such a big effect on so many people? I think for a lot of different reasons, Eric. It's certainly not the first case that has had this effect. Another case that some of my subscribers, if they're in here, even though I'm not seeing a lot of familiar names right now, but Rainy Joe, yes, I do know Rainy. But the Summer Wells case had that same effect. It's just there's some cases that grab people. With Dylan's case, I really think that initially the way the story was presented to people, like, here's this farm kid who was just living out his dream and he's just vanished, and he's only 19 years old and he lives out in his camper by himself and he's got all this. I think that kind of drew people in, like, what happened to this kid? But then the drama started. And that's again where you have the double-edged sword, because the drama will suck people right on in. And then you start, you start having people dig into the family and every single person around Dylan. And the more people find out, the more interested they become. And then the more bogged down they become by the information. So it's like this effect where it feels so heavy. I always use that word, but it really does feel like that. It's like you just want to know what happened to this person. And you have all this information being thrown at you in every different direction. And yeah, it's true crime addict. Jess, what was the first thing in our case that brought you to become a creator? Summer Wells case. No, that is not true. The Valo case. The Valo case made me really want to become a creator. And I did a couple of really old videos, and they're still up, actually. And I played around with editing and stuff like that, which I'm terrible at. But either way, that case. And then Summer's case rocked me. And now we're here with Dylan's. So, let's see here. Glory, some things may be withheld information. It shouldn't be divulged to preserve the integrity of the investigation. Yes, exactly what Glory said. Tony, well, if it's going to hurt the case, you shouldn't expose it. I respect that, yes. Summer Beach, right. That's why I was asking. Okay. Tony, so you think Candace saying YouTubers have it all wrong is correct? For the most part, yes. That's just my own observation. Yeah. I will say this. Like when I was still watching like other channels, like I would catch some live sometimes, and there were people, and it was rare, but there were rare people that would ask these great questions, and I would be like, holy crap. I don't know what that person, what type of research they've been doing or what they know, but that was a great question. And it just completely goes ignored, and it's a shame because like those questions are the questions. So Rainy Joe, Jess, since I've been on a break, I'm wondering, can you say who it is that your number one suspect? I would prefer not, Rainy. I would prefer not. Crystal, the FBI got involved fast in the Delphi murders and Summer Wells. Both were small, desolate areas. What does Dylan's case have in common? It could be because, one state, Glory, if you want to talk on this as well, Glory is a paralegal, like I always tell you guys. But it could be with state lines being crossed. The FBI can come right in. They don't need a reason. They can do that if a case or crime maybe has crossed state lines. That could be a reason. Not sure. But yeah. Black Dove. Yeah, the press release today. Okay. On the official Facebook is what I was talking about. They contradicted. I can already tell it's going to be a good comment. They contradicted what Sammy and Kurt said about key and gun found. Candace and Sammy said search started Saturday. Yes. That person that I don't know who this media manager is. I'm not going to besmirch her too much because I don't know her. But she's definitely got things wrong. I think one of the first things I saw from her was shown that she said, it was like Dylan's grain shed and stuff was roped off because Burning Man was happening. Burning Man is 7.5 hours away from Dylan's farm. It was just an obvious dumb lie. And I just sort of from that, and that was like really like when she first started being the media manager. So I was like, what is that about? I don't know like how much stock I put into that person, just so you know. Um, the Greatly Touched. Jess, I'm one of your regulars. Hi. I keep having to change my name because I was using my real name on here and I was getting hate private messages on Facebook because my comments on YouTube about this case. I'm really sorry. I really am. There's just no reason for that. Uh, you guys do, like, everyone understands that you do not have to share everybody else's opinion. Um, it's really that simple. There's plenty of things that people have said that I do not agree with. I still don't go on their channels and say crazy stuff to them. It just, if that's happening to you, I'm sorry. I wish people would literally act their age. So, Eric, thank you. I think you hit the nail on the head. I don't know if that was me or somebody else, but okay. Glory. Yes. Black Dove, instead of Sunday, like the timeline says, she elaborated and said Grandma actually sent people looking for Dylan the day before. Police raided Robert's house May 31st, but Kurt said it was 8 days in. I can definitely tell that you've been racking your brain, Black Dove. Racking and racking and racking. So you probably understand a little bit how I feel. Tony, interesting because other scenarios came up that has nothing to do with any desert people. Okay. Mary Don Vito, I am starting at the beginning of the live, but I just wanted to let you know I am here. Well, thank you, Mary, and I'm glad you're here. It's nice to meet you. Rainy Joe, no problem. I respect that. Glory, state line is a major factor. Yeah, I figured so, Glory. And them getting involved because it's tough to get both sides to work together. Historically, you get different jurisdictions not wanting to share everything, want credit. Yeah, it's kind of like YouTube. It's kind of like YouTube. Like, hey, that's my work. No, it's not. It's mine. I did that. I did that first. No, you didn't. Yeah, I did. It's like that, like petty. But in reality, honestly, it's more that when state lines are crossed, again, the FBI can step in without question because it makes it like an interstate sort of thing. The Greatly Touched. Black Dove is great. He needs his own show. Doug and JT are using him. Okay, well that is your opinion. And here's another thing with my show, you guys. Please, I beg you. I do not want you guys getting in trouble. And the Greatly Touched, since you've been on my channel, you definitely know I've said this before. Please use in your opinion. Please don't state it as a fact. That is your opinion, and you know how this works. So just do that instead of just flat out stating that like that is true. Whether it is or not, I don't know because I haven't been watching them shows. Black Dove, sorry for disjointed comments. Comment length limit sucks. I've been watching old interviews and comparing, racking my brain. So many discrepancies in timelines and locals' accounts. It's insane. Yes, it is. Tons and tons and tons of indiscrepancies. Tons. Yes, thank you. Thank you to Greatly Touched. Um, Hello, Doug. Good to see you. If that is actually you. Anyway, but yes, let's scroll up. This is really me wanting to talk to you guys. So, but I think I've like seen most of the comments. I always think that, and then after the live is over, when I go back and watch, I see so many comments I missed. So I'm trying to make sure that didn't happen because the stream really was about me wanting just to talk with you guys. Colleen, you want to say Jess is the unprofessional? I think I missed this comment. But nobody respects her wishes to her own channel. Yeah, well, there's things you can do when people stop respecting your wishes for your own channel. You can just simply kick them off, and I don't want to have to do that. I will. There were some people that called me out and just said, that was not really cool that you drank. And I feel like I got a little defensive, but I feel like it's better to not do that, not get defensive, and just say that I'm sorry. Um, this is all of that. Does everyone want to just stop commenting because Doug came in? Or and nobody has said a word that I see. You guys can still talk. It's okay. I don't think we're gonna try to like do anything to each other here or anything. So, you know. And again, who knows if that's even him? I mean, people do steal people's little icon pictures, and they make comments and stuff. That's not even a bad comment. I'm not worried about it. Glory, it takes character to own up to something one isn't proud of. Yes, thank you, Glory. Black Dove. You think it's probably best to ignore the Facebook timeline at this point? Like, do you know if the gun and key were found? I have heard that they were, yes. But again, you got to remember that everything I'm hearing, everything you may be hearing, everything other creators may be hearing from sources is still secondhand knowledge. The people that really have the information is absolutely the FBI, and I have trust in them. So I think that there's quite a bit more that they definitely know that we do not, even though I myself know quite a bit. Oh, okay, Colleen. Yeah, I was just scrolling up. Oh, hello, Jess. I suspect Dylan is in Mexico. Well, I will respectfully disagree with you, Elle, but I would like to hear why you think that. Carrie, at Black Dove, I watched the Heavy D video, and Candace and her husband say they found gun and all were found. Yeah. Tony, oh, you believe that as well? Yep, he's in Mexico or witness protection. Well, the reason that I'm going to counter you guys with that, hey, Jess, so good to see you. So good to see you. I love a familiar face. Everyone in here right now, except for Khalid probably, and Glory, are new to me. So seeing you, Jess, just kind of lights me up. Feels like old times, So why do you guys think that he's in Mexico or witness protection? I'm just curious why you guys would think that, or what would bring you to that conclusion. And the reason that I say that is because you are aware that that there were federal papers drawn up against James Brenner, where they state in those papers, and they are on my community tab, where that they found physical and forensic data evidence against James Brenner. So I'm just curious how you got to that conclusion, knowing, that there is physical and forensic data evidence against James Brenner. So the greatly touched. I think there's a possibility he's been trafficked as well. Okay. So that seems to be a thing. We should probably do a poll here. We should probably actually do a poll. Can I do polls on Restream? Like, you could do polls on YouTube. I don't know if I could do poll on here. I don't know that I've ever tried, to be honest. I don't think I can. Well, that sucks. I like polls. But anyway, so there's been a lot of trafficking comments. It's kind of interesting of how you guys have came to that conclusion. True Crime Utah Glory. I think it's wishful thinking. People want to believe he's alive. Okay. That could probably be it. Some Beach. So you're thinking more than one person hurt Dylan? I believe so. I struggle with if it was one person that actually harmed him fatally, probably, or if it was a small group of them that ambushed him. I go back and forth with that. But I don't think that James Brenner did this all by himself. Nobody else knew about it, just him. I that's one thing I do not believe. Some Beach, like that had to be Jim actually getting him alone and snapping. No, yeah. And I just, it's like Don, I mean, Don's a witness, but Don lived right there with Dylan, like right there by Dylan. If you didn't see his truck move, you didn't see him at all. You didn't give a heads up to anyone. What were you doing? And then he also is the person that stores James Brenner's guns for him after the FBI questions him. I find it very difficult to believe that Don knew nothing. Okay, what's going on here? A threat? Listen, I can't. I'm not going to tolerate that. Okay, we can't have that. I just went through all the things that I just talked about, and we're not doing that. Can you link her, please? Her name is, yes. If you're talking about Glory, when I'm done with this live stream, I will link her in my comment section. In other videos or other streams that I've done that Glory has been on, her channel is pinned at the top of my comment section. True Crime Glory. If there's any chance to get someone outside the courthouse, I'll get it, but I might try to catch the prosecutor out in the hall. Very good. If I can to ask about the homicide mentioned, yes, for the love of God, please ask about that. I know that drove you crazy. Yes, please. If you could get that would answer certainly some questions for sure. Crystal, Jess, I have listened but never commented. Oh, yes. We Oh, wait. Why are we so back in the comments here? Hang on. I'm sorry. I'm behind. Way behind, it looks like. Right. Tell your friend Kurt to contact the... What? What was that? My friend Kurt. Okay. Tell your friend Kurt to contact the FBI if he knows what happened to Dylan. No one can get away with this. I have an AR-15. Good for you. I think we all have the right to bear arms, right? But Kurt has been interviewed, as far as I know, more than once. So I don't think that I need to tell Kurt anything. Again, the FBI is on this. So, and if you guys don't think they watch YouTube, they do. I'm just telling you, they actually do, which is kind of crazy, but yeah, they do. If you follow the Summer Wells case, this is not Hawkins County, okay? That they are not saying, "Oh, we don't care about that." No, no, no. This is not that. So, let's see. Oh, I just think Dylan got fed up and hooked a ride to Snowville, where he got a semi ride somewhere. He had 117 friends on Facebook, maybe Mexico or somewhere else. So you're just sort of coming to that conclusion. Some beach. Please don't make me laugh at that. Okay, I asked for why they thought that, and they gave the answer. L, you're welcome to think or have any theory you want. I would probably encourage you to follow the actual evidence. It's highly, highly, highly unlikely that Dylan is in Mexico. I'll just say that. Okay. Yes, speculating. Yes, that's fine. Your speculation is fine. I asked for it. You gave it. Crystal, I don't know how they're going to find him in that vast area without someone giving a tip. Crystal, that's really my thought as well. That it's just such a vast area that someone is going to have to talk. Hi, Justice Cheney. So good to see you. It's so excited to see my older subscribers. Big heart to you. It's really nice to see you. Black Dove. Knowing what you know, you think there's basically no chance Dylan is alive. I think it's highly improbable. It's highly unlikely. Again, there is evidence. Even though there has not been charges laid against James Brenner for Dylan, in my opinion, I believe just the reason for that is because they have not found Dylan. If they find Dylan, it's going to be a wrap. But I think they're holding out. There's no real urgency to lay the charges at this point. They already have him in federal custody. He's not going anywhere. He has no bail with the feds. He did have a $5,000 bail, I think, with Box Elder. But when you get in federal custody, there's no bail. He doesn't have it, so he's not going anywhere. He's there. So I think what they're doing is focusing all their attention on trying to find Dylan. So, Badger Life, 0 chance he's in Mexico. That is your opinion, Badger. Remember what I said about opinions. Yeah, again, and it's just, this is for you guys as well. You do not want to make statements that you don't know are 100% true. Like I try very hard not to do that. I mess it up sometimes, but I do try very hard not to do that. I don't want to get myself in legal trouble by, stating things that are not factual. So there is evidence. Yes, exactly. There is. Thank you. Glory. Usually bodies in the West Desert are discovered by someone on ATVs or hunting. Yes, Glory. Thank you. L, Black Dove, I've followed this. There's no evidence Dylan is dead. I don't know how to answer you with that, L. And it's not because I don't have an answer. I just think it's glaringly obvious when the feds put out papers like that and unseal them. There's a reason. Again, he's officially a suspect in Dylan Brown's disappearance with evidence. Evidence usually isn't good in that context. That means they have found things that are saying this person did something to Dylan. But I will say, Al, is there absolute proof that Dylan is dead? No. So there's that. Badger life, not when they have been put in muriatic acid. No comment. In my opinion, I'm wondering if that is the Black Dove, and I don't think the no thanks is here is Doug either. Very well could not be. And if it is, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as he's being respectful in my chat, fine. Glorindella, there's also no proof of life, so it's all speculation. Right. Law enforcement will have evidence, so they know more. Right. And again, with them saying that they do have evidence, somebody asked me today, it was way earlier today, I was on the phone, and they said, well, what if they lied? What if the feds lied and said that, there's evidence? And I said, well, they might do that in an interrogation room, but they're not going to do that with court documents because that could just kill an entire case. Good night, Elle. So they're not going to fraudulently say something like that in court documents and literally jeopardize an entire case. There would just be no reason for them to do that. Angelo. Dylan was really looking forward to harvest his first crop this year. He would never leave until his task was finished. It was the biggest goal in his young life. Yeah, exactly. When you look at everything surrounding Dylan, there's just zero indication that he left on his own. And again, I will say it for the millionth time, those boots tell a story. They tell a story. And I don't believe that story is, hey guys, I'm out, I'm leaving, I'm going to Mexico. I don't think he took those boots off because he felt like it near a dirt pile out in the desert. No. L. Black Dove, I'd rather speculate to the positive that Dylan is alive. There is no evidence shown to us, not even tire tracks. Well, there was one set of tire tracks, but some people choose to do that, and that's okay, Al. That's okay. Some people are very big optimists, and they want to think that, and that's okay. I'm not going to tell you not to. Crystal, the messy trailer looks like he was cleaning out refrigerator before he went to buy new groceries. You know what it looked like to me, Crystal? Hang on a second. I have to blow my nose, and this is going to be obnoxious, so hold on. What I saw in those pictures was a 19-year-old kid with no, like, not a lot of care, just like whatever. to me, it reminded me of a 19-year-old boy's room that just didn't have parents around to like say, "What are you doing? Why do you have Cocoa Puffs all over the counter and this pot here and stuff like cooking pot and all this stuff?" That's what it looked like to me. Um, Karmic, hi Jess, lurking here. I have questions. um, I know you do, Karmic. Good night, Al. I think I already said that. Crystal, I know that's the real Black Dove. Yeah, I do believe that is him as well. Um, the Greatly Touched, Black Dove, if that is you, I'm glad. You're one of my faves in this case. I wish you'd get your own channel. I think if Black Dove would just go ahead and get his own channel, we can all take some time off here. Like a lot of time. Black Dove will just take it over, please. And why don't you have your own channel, by the way? I see a lot of people say that to you. So why do you not have your own channel? You just don't want to do it? Lori, I think if Dylan, that's what she's saying. I think if Dylan had got fed up and took off, I think he would settle down after a few hours and come back. The siren song on his farm and growing crops was too strong. Yeah. Yes, Karmic. I definitely know that you have the questions. Okay, ma'am. Black Dove at Badger Life. Did you bring up the Smith? I'll say something else. Karmic is saying real Black Dove and real no. Glory, we would all sub. Glory's right. They're all ready to sub to you, Black Dove. What's going on? Get your own channel, sir. They all want to hear from you. You'll make other creators' lives a little bit easier. Okay, so it would be nice to have a non-drama, somebody like that. They're always an addition to the true crime community. But I do that is my question for you, Black Dove. Why do you not have your own channel? Do you just see like the stress that we all go through? So you're like, no thanks. I'd just rather go up on a panel. So much easier to go up on a panel than it is to run your own channel. Running your own channel is just so much more than just turning a camera on. And any creator that's in here, you guys know that. Tonight, this is embarrassing, but tonight I worked on the banner for my YouTube channel. It's absolutely awful. It is absolutely awful. And this took me hours. Wait till you see it. You guys are going to be like, what the hell did she do? Why did that take her hours to do? Hours. I'm not even kidding. So for a banner that has nothing to do with just a banner on my channel. Let's look it up. Let's laugh together because it's horrible. Like I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Like I just put way too much. Like I'm not doing anything else. I put way too much time into this. It looks completely terrible and it's staying. It is absolutely staying because one day people are going to be like, you know what, Jess? I've been with you since that first terrible banner that you had up. I remember you back in them days. I'm going to be like, yes, you're an OG to this channel. So, but let me just show you how terrible this banner is. So bad. Anyway. What are you guys in here chatting about now? The only place with worse living conditions than the desert would be Mexico. Crystal, for the love of God, can you not make me laugh right now? But you are correct. I'm going to have to agree with that. Why would you leave the desert to go to Mexico? Because surely there's a lot of cartel stuff going on down there. Come on, I don't want to get to joking. These people don't know me well enough yet to know that when I start joking, somebody's going to be like, oh my God, she's such an a-hole. I cannot believe she was laughing while she was talking about that crime. That's what'll happen. So I can't even laugh, you guys. I'm just over here. I'm over here depressed as shit, trying to make banners, trying not to butcher everybody's name, trying to tell people to have class while I'm apologizing for being too intoxicated last night. It's a whole shit show. That's what it is. So, Graham James, I heard you and Kurt talk about Dylan being a racist. I say he was not. Okay. Don't play with emotions. I'm Republican. I don't hate anyone. Okay. I really don't care if you're Republican or Democrat, quite frankly. If you want to know something about Kurt, he coined a term. I don't know if he coined it or he heard it somewhere, but I thought it summed it up nicely when he just said, everybody's Republicrats. Just combine both of them, Republicans and Democrats, and you just get Republicrats. And it just, whatever. I don't even want to get into politics. We'll be, throwing daggers all over this channel if we get into that subject. I'm sure people get so crazy over politics, and I hate to be like the bearer of bad news, but they don't care about any of you, like either side. They don't give a shit. Okay, as long as they're making money, they could care less about you. I promise. So either way, Black Dove. Jess, after seeing all the drama, fighting and stuff, I couldn't handle the stress. In addition to my current real life problems, I don't know how you all can do it. Pray for us, Black. Please. Pray for us. We need it. Okay? But I don't blame you. And you know what? I'm glad you answered that question because you're not the only person. There are newer channels that are coming into this community and they're seeing this case and they're like, oh no, wait a minute. I don't think I want any part of this. And it's really a shame because they're really good at thinking. They're really good at critical thinking. They're really good at research, but they just exactly what you just said. They don't want any parts of the drama or anything like that. And so they're like backing away and it's a shame because they really could be very good assets to cases. But I'm definitely not going to talk you into a channel because I know exactly what you're saying here. Glory, Mexico has even bigger and hotter deserts. Exactly. Robert, the saddest thing, Dylan's crops are all dying. Are they really, Robert? It's like little, and this isn't a little thing, but it's just like this one sentence, can just like break your heart. I don't know that I really have anything to add to that, Robert. I just, who fell in love, Tony? I don't somebody fall in love with someone? Who said Dylan was racist? Jess, Mexico has worse water than that desert too. They really would be fighting over water. Jess, I know you would. You would totally understand. Well, I rather like watching your shit show. Yeah, we always have fun when we do that, don't we? Karmic vibes. No parties, premeditated election. Let the sheep. Oh man, I'm not getting into that karmic. I can't do the politics talk. It's a disaster. I'm telling you. What do they always say? What's the two things that you do not talk about in public? Politics and religion. Don't do it, you guys. We have enough going on here with this case. Let's see. Dylan liked Trump. I believe he did on his Facebook. I saw that. Rainy Joe, the best move I ever made was to become an independent. Yes, I see a lot of people doing that. That's becoming very, very trendy to do. There's a lot of people that are like, you know what? This side's crazy. This side's crazy. I don't want anything to do with either one of them. I'm seeing a lot more people do that. So, and I don't know. What is this comment? Black Dove stress. Well, this comment should be good. This isn't even the drama community. It gets rough over in the drama community. I heard the knitting community was the worst. You are right, Crystal. That is actually true. Then if you guys don't know this, if you think this is drama, go over to the knitting community. Go over to the cooking community. Holy shit. They have drama like you would not believe. They make us look like rookies. Okay? This is nothing. Those knitters, they're not playing no games. Okay, they're ready to stab people with their little knitting sticks and stuff. They're not playing no games, I'm telling you. That's I'll stay right over here with the true crime. I can kind of handle this. But that knitting community, no. Avoid. You don't want that. You don't want that beef, I'm telling you. You do not want that beef. You don't want that smoke. That's all I can say. This is Black Dove's channel now. Should I change my name? Can I do that right now? I'm just going to put Black Dove as my channel name. And then by tomorrow, I'll have like 10,000 subscribers. Are you okay with that, Black? Like every question's to you. Nobody gives a crap about me. They don't want to ask me anything. They're like, hey, Black Dove. So if I just make my channel name Black Dove, they'll just come in flocks, I think. Crystal, I won't even peek my head into the drama community unless I got minimum 2 people watching my back. Oh, I'm Black Dove's secretary. He wishes. I am definitely not that. But that is funny. But he could be my secretary. I will have him as my secretary. I think he would make a very good secretary. He'd probably follow me around like the studio all day, even though I don't even have a studio at this point. But if I had one, he'd probably just be following me around the whole time. Like, hey, Jess, how many people do you think were actually involved? Hey, Jess, did you know that Area 51 was like right over there? Hey, Jess, like this is how I see Black Dove, and me being like, Black, sit down and have some coffee and play a farming game so you can calm down. Black Dove, I hope you know that I'm totally kidding. Okay, I guess you're seeing a part of my personality that I haven't been doing. But oh my God, I feel bad for commenting now. I just want to know. No, you're fine. We're having fun. You're fine. I'm not joking though. I am seriously thinking about, like, if you wake up tomorrow and there's no more Crime Time with Jess, it's just Black Dove, and I have like 25,000 subscribers, don't be mad at me. Okay? Like, don't be upset with me. You didn't trademark the name. So I'm just saying. Can you imagine how pissed Black Dove would be? Like, holy shit. No, she did not. Yes, I did. I had to. They all love Black Dove. Everybody loves the guy. You know what it is, Black? I think it's your voice. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your comment? Alpaca farming? Well, if that's what it's called. Hang on a second, you guys. Hang on just a sec. Just a sec. Okay, sorry. Bring him up, and he is a true amazing person. Oh, who, Black Dove? Yeah, no, I've seen Black Dove on other channels. I'm not like completely new to who he is. Crystal's calling you out, Black. Black Dove doesn't ever answer me. Damn you. Black Dove, how dare you not answer your fans? I think he may be racist to flower pots wearing glasses. I think you're right. It's got to be. What else could it be, Crystal? You have a great name. What's the problem? Why is Dove discriminating against you? Seriously racist against flower pot wearing sunglasses. It's terrible. So, let's see. Black Dove, I didn't see their chat. See, look. See, poor Black Dove. Listen, this is how it is, Black. This is how it is. So again, I do not blame you for not wanting to do your own channel, because Crystal is definitely obviously joking, but you will have people that will be like, you didn't answer me, or you're ignoring me, or did you erase my comment and you have no idea what their comment even was. That happens. So it's, yeah, Crystal was definitely joking. She said, I like Black Dove more than that. I respect. Ooh, that's an even bigger compliment. Tony, don't JT will get mad, Black Dove. Who's JT? Jim Terry will get mad at Black Dove for what? Is he doing something wrong, or what's wrong? Black Dove doesn't even have a computer. Yes, how is that? How do you not have a computer? Do you just come on your phone? Like, do you never get on a laptop or anything? The Greatly Touched is Jess, you're my favorite channel, of course, but I like Black Dove because he stays objective on the drama channel. Is the only reason I still watch that channel. Okay. I know you love my channel, but so thank you. Some beats coming up on your panel. Come on up, some. The little ticker that's at the bottom, little banner going across. I didn't even. I have a bunch of other ones, but because the stream wasn't particularly supposed to be about Dylan, I wasn't going to put that at the bottom. So I was just like, if anybody wants to call in, like, they can, and we can chat and stuff. I just don't want this to get too heavy. Okay. But yeah, come on up, Sun Beach, if you want. Glory, he's got a computer. He just prefers the freedom of a phone. Sun Beach, he is very sick and dealing with a lot. He's probably struggling. Okay. I was unaware of that. I did not know that. But come on up. I would love to hear from you. Graham James, look, up there it is again. Black Dove, you are slacking on your channel here, sir. You're not answering the questions. What was your question, Graham? Sun Beach. No. I meant it would get pissed at Black Dove for coming up. Oh, hey, Evil. How are you? So good to see you. I haven't seen you in one of my lives in a little while, unless I missed you. But I'm very happy to see you in here. Another familiar face or name. Karmic. LOL. It was a joke based on baseless rumors about poor Black Dove. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I really don't want to keep carrying on about that person. Glory saying hi to you, Evil. Black Dove. Jess, I have a huge desktop PC that I built like I've been doing forever. I call it on my phone so I can go pee and get food while listening. So someone said I don't own a PC because of that. Oh, yeah, I mute. I mute. If I have to use the bathroom, yeah, I just mute my phone. Um, Black Dove is the only reason that 99%. Let's see. Sorry, it's not showing. 99% of people watch that other drama channel. He's way too good for that, in my opinion. Black Dove, you definitely got some fans. I can tell you that. But again, I do not blame you for not wanting to deal with the crazy, because it definitely does exist, and I know you've seen it. Black Dove and a okay. Rainy Joe, me too. I'll check to see if Black Dove is on panel before I stay. Wow. So you guys are really loving Black Dove. If you guys had to vote, and I wish I could do a poll, but if you guys had to vote, I am guessing that you guys would actually pick Black Dove as your favorite. Well, he's not a creator, but a commentator, I guess, about this case. Because if it seems that way, it definitely seems that way. Which is kind of hilarious that he doesn't even have a channel and he's got all these fans, but he's like being smart about it. Like, I don't know that I want to get into all that drama crap. And can anyone blame Ray? Oh, Ray, yes. Hey, how are you, ma'am? And she's all capping that. Ray is my girl. I love her. And she loves you, Black Dove. I think Black Dove might be a little overwhelmed at this moment with all this outpouring of love, maybe. I don't know if he gets this on other channels or how that works, but he's certainly getting it here. Oh, Graham. Graham saying that, yeah, well, I asked him why he didn't have a channel, and Graham, he said that he, sees what we go through, with different drama and different stuff and all of this, and he doesn't exactly want to do that. Which, like I said, I cannot blame him for that. Karmic, I don't blame Black Dove, and he wants to maintain his anonymity, which is to be respected. Yes, and unfortunately, when you become a creator, there are absolutely people that think that they can come at you. They will try to find out everything about you and make you look bad if they don't like you. And even though, Black has all these fans in here, there's always going to be that one jealous person or that one person that just hates him for whatever reason they've come up with. And people just do any number of things. And unfortunately, the people that like to stay behind the scenes and not have their face plastered all over a camera like this, they're always the people that people go after the most, which I don't know why, but they do. It's like they try to take away the one thing that they have, Tony, he's respectable, but he upsets me with things he lets fly out of two people's mouths. Well, to be fair, Tony, I mean, we can't really be responsible for anybody but ourselves, right? So I don't think that Black Dove has control over anyone else's mouth but his own. So I'll just say that. Oh my goodness, Crystal. Well, that's a heck of a comment there. Heck of a comment and a compliment. Yeah, I have to retitle this video. This is the love of Black Dove. So Crystal is saying, yes, Black Dove is Dylan case as insulin is to diabetes or Adderall is to ADHD. Holy cow. um, Black Dove. Your follower summons you, sir. I found Dylan's case by accident on Reddit. I don't even know much true crime stuff. I'm a tech engineering guy. I called into a show because I was frustrated they weren't asking important questions. Yeah, so you sort of found your way here without even trying, really. Graham, he could start a drama-free channel where everyone is welcome. Graham, I attempted that. And no matter what, it comes your way whether you want it or not. And that's the sad part. You have some amazing creators on this platform in the true crime community, and I mean good. And they have hatters. and I just scratched my head. Like, if you don't like this person, how do you like anyone? Because it's kind of mind-blowing, but it really doesn't matter how great you are. There's just people like that exist. Colleen, tell them you can't even have a drink on weekends. Sorry, Jess, I'm playing. Yeah, no, girl, I know. I'm a terrible, horrible person for that. So, you know. Wonder how many other people were drinking on Saturday. I wonder. Ray Bird, love you, Jess. You're my girl, too. Yes, girl. Always appreciate you, Ray. I'm here listening, but won't be much use with modding. I'm starting another 6-hour treatment. They're just getting me all hooked up. Okay, that's okay. Don't worry. Nobody's even being that way. Really, I'm enjoying this chat. So, but I hope you're okay, Ray, and everything's going okay. Some Beach, can we bring it back to Dylan, please? If you would like to talk about Dylan Some Beach, you can. But I would have you notice the title of this video does not have Dylan in it. It wasn't about Dylan. We could talk about that, but that's not the title or why I decided to go live. So, but I don't have a problem, obviously, talking about that. Ray showed just some support with thumbs up. Yes, if you guys would, thank you, Ray, for reminding me. Look, you're still being a mod, though. If you guys if you guys support the channel or you like the live or enjoyed it, or please hit the thumbs up. It does help my channel. And again, thank you for reminding me. Ray, Tamara's not here to remind me this time. Emma, I thought you were meant to be Purple Dove incognito. Do think he's great. Yeah, if he's Black Dove, can I be Purple Dove? Will I get the same kind of love? Or no? Good night, Glory. I will see you later. And I can't wait to see what you get tomorrow. Hopefully you do get to catch up to the prosecutor and ask that question. Very important question. Some Beach. Oh, I thought it was Dylan. It's probably getting uncomfortable for Black Dove. Black Dove doesn't have to talk at all if he doesn't want to. No. This wasn't about Dylan. I really kind of wanted to get to know you guys, my new subscribers from this case. So that's what this was, and I feel like I have. I feel like I've gotten to get a feel for you guys, and there's something with people. Everybody likes to be heard. Just like Black Dove was saying that the reason he called in is he's so frustrated that people are not asking the right questions, and everyone sort of has that need, but not everybody wants to be in front of a camera. And not everybody likes that, but people do like to be heard. And that's why I think it's important to do this with you guys, go through your comments and talk to you like you're human beings and not just words on my screen. Tony, so let's say months go by and Dylan isn't found. Then on to the next. How do you decide to transition to another case? Like poor Summer, but she's still active in YouTube. Well, with Summer's case, for me, I can only answer that for me. I don't know about other creators, but for me, it's just there was a big thing with Jodie Sue Brown. That definitely happened. But other than that, there's not a lot of new developments in her case. I'm really waiting on arrest in that case. So when things sort of come to a stalemate where everything about the case has been mulled over and over and over, and that has definitely happened in Summer's case, and some people are still going, and I commend them. But for me, Dylan's case grabbed my attention, and I started to report on them. So you don't forget. You don't forget the other cases. Like, I still watch stuff about Summer. I'm watching other creators about her now. I haven't been watching creators about Dylan. I've been watching the stuff about Summer. So you don't just forget about these cases. Black Dove. Oh, thank you so much. Greatly touched. I appreciate that. $2 super chat. Love your channel. Wish I could pay more. Oh, that's fine. I really appreciate that. Let's see. Here with Black Dove's comment. They kept asking me to call back in. I dropped out of high school when I was 16 like Dylan, and it broke my heart to read that he just wanted to live his life. It sounds like he had it pretty rough. Yeah, I think he had it very rough, actually. So see, like there's different reasons, there's different reasons that people are pulled into cases. And I think it was Robert earlier that asked, why do you think that this case grabs people or has grabbed people the way that it has? And it's just different reasons. Like you're seeing Black Dove pretty much say his reason. That he sees himself somewhat in Dylan. For me, it was something different. And for other people, it's probably other reasons. Maybe they're farmers. Maybe they come from farmer families. There's all kinds of reasons why certain cases grab certain people. Let's see. Robert. Oh, I just said Robert's name. It's Robert saying here. Jess, you're my favorite broadcaster as well as Tyler Feller. Both of you are so easy to follow and with a more gentle approach. Well, thank you, Robert. I really appreciate that. Raybird, I would love to see a pic of Dylan's crops growing. Me too, Ray. Sadly, someone said, and Robert, if that was you, I'm not sure. I think it may have been. I don't know if this is true, but they just said that Dylan's crops are dying. That little sentence just really got me. It just, I don't know, but that's what they said, right? Sorry. The greatly touched. I'm out. Time for me to go to work. I'll donate more on payday. I greatly appreciate that, gently touch. You do not have to do that. I just want you to know that. But it is very much appreciated. There are things that I would like to do, just make myself a better studio so I can be more professional for you guys. People don't think I'm professional. But again, I'm just me. Rainy Joe, you're just as amazing as Black Dove, Jess. You're a star creator. Well, thank you. I don't know what makes me such a star, but thank you, Ray or Rainy. Karmic, yes, I've it bookmarked. Yet you mentioned as Boris. Okay, Jess, I love you, Jess. Girl, I love you too. You know that, Jess. Are we having connection issues? I love you, Jess. So happy to see your chat packed. Gotta go hustle waffles. Go, girl. Get. My kids are still well asleep. Okay. um, Graham, please, folks, plant a tree on August 1st. Oh, I love that. I love that, Graham. Plant a tree on August 1st. That's Dylan's birthday. If you can and have land, Dylan Rounds love farming. Absolutely love that comment, Graham. Love, love, love that comment. If you're able to do that, that's a really nice way to honor someone, show support, and also obviously it's good for the environment. Trees are a good thing. Thank you for that comment, Graham. Emma, yes, I heard that too, Jess. So sad. Yeah, I know. Really sad. Robert, yes, on Tyler's broadcast, it was mentioned his crops are dying as no one is tending to the upkeep of the crops, watering, tilling, etc. I do know that that Don was doing that after Dylan disappeared, and then from what I hear, um, Dylan's grandfather, it was a lot to pay him and all of that stuff, and I guess with Dylan missing, he put a stop to that. So it just visualizing that in my head, these dying crops, it's almost a, what's the word? Why is this word escaping me? It's like a representation of Dylan, and it's just incredibly sad. Carrie, Jess, thank you for taking the time to talk to us. I appreciate it. You're welcome, Carrie. And this is something that you can expect from my channel. This is something that I do. And Ray or Colleen or Jess, any of them can tell you that I do this. I definitely love to talk to my subscribers. So, Black Dove. Jess, I looked up daily satellite imagery from Planet Labs, and you can see Dylan's crop growing during June, but it looks like it's dying now. I also cry every time I see his farm growing and dying. Yeah, don't. Okay. Um, I understand. I understand. I just, when that person said that earlier, I just got this visual in my head, and it just, I don't know. It really is bothersome. Metaphor, yes. Thank you, Karmic. That's exactly, it's such a metaphor for like what's happening with Dylan, you know? Jasmine, hi. Or Jasmina, I'm sorry. Could maybe Kurt take care of Dylan's crops? For this donation would make sense in my opinion. Well, it would cost money. And not just that, I don't believe that, or well, I don't know how I should say. I don't think that he would probably be allowed to do that. I'm trying to see that comment. I really don't like how Restream does that. Crystal, professional. Let's see this comment. Professional. Jewels of Thought streams from her hooker bed and dares anyone not to like it. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, people think I'm like some kind of, I don't know what they think I am. I don't know what they think I am. They just like expect all this stuff from me, and I'm like, hold on, hang on, I'm just a middle-aged woman here. Calm down, you know. Country Sunset. Hi, how are you? Yes, Emma. End of an era. It's incredibly sad. I think they put him in the acid that he would have needed for prepping the soil, and that would turn his bones into ash. Hang on. Cynthia and I had a lot of questions about sulfuric acid, and I mess this word up every single time, and I'm about to do it again. And I guarantee you, the men in this chat will correct me because they know the proper way to say this. But it's, let me see if I can do it. Matric acid, metric acid. What is it? What is it, you guys? Because I know that guys always know. I brought this up to Tyler and he like corrected me right away and was like, "Oh, I know exactly what that is." He was like, "That stuff is like so strong." He was like, "I wore gloves to, he was doing something with concrete." And he said he was using, yes, thank you, Cormac. Muriatric. Muriatric. I screw this up every time. You guys know what I'm saying. Okay. But yes, we definitely had questions about that. And Dylan did use that. In a barrel in acid, I've heard the word tank used. Muriatic acid. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Karmic. Can't pronounce. Yes, what you guys, this is the correct spelling of it, I believe. Muriatic acid. But I just, every time I pronounce it, I mess it up. Let's see here. Robert. Being raised on a farm, seeing seeds sprout into thriving, fruitful plants, it represents life and the withering then of a life dying, the cycle of life. Yes, Robert, that's what I'm saying. Like it really, what Karmic and a couple other people said, it almost feels like a metaphor. Like here's this 19-year-old springing to life. His life was just beginning. 19, the world is at your feet. You have so much to do, so much to learn, so many adventures to go on, so much just life to live. And so then with him disappearing and hearing that his crops are dying, it's a huge metaphor and a very, very sad one. Yes, Karmic, full circle. I really probably couldn't have said that better myself. Black Dove. Also makes me sad that Dylan almost never seen smiling in all the pics people show of him. Just the one of him holding fish or eating the hamburger. There's a couple pictures of Dylan Black that I have stared at for way longer than I should have, probably. But I stared at them because people's eyes always tell a story, you know? And when you look in his eyes in a couple of these pictures, there's something there. And I've gone back and forth in my head of what is that? Is it sad? Is it something. And it just, I don't know. Maybe I think you've probably stared at those pictures too. Crystal, that would take too much time. They didn't know they had 4 days before someone came looking. With the acid, because it can start breaking. I think, actually, I Googled that. I'm going to Google it again because I want to say 7 to 20 hours. Hang on. Let me make sure I spell this right. Yeah, it's saying like 7 to 20 hours. It's not really, that's not long. It's a pretty yeah, it's not long. Karmic, Brenner had help. People don't realize how hard it is to dispose of a body. Thank you for saying that, Karmic. I'm gonna get deep here with true crime. So, if you're a little sensitive to stuff, trigger warning. But, you know, getting rid of bodies is really not as easy as people think. And people make so many mistakes. Like they'll try to burn a body, not realizing that it literally takes hours and hours and hours and hours to burn a body. Not a smart idea. They do a lot of things like that, but the acid is not really a stupid idea. It doesn't take all that long. I know what I read that like when it even touches your skin, it has almost like an immediate reaction. So, but to dissolve the whole body, I believe it's that long, 7 to 20 hours. If you guys look it up and see something different, please put it in the chat. Yes, thank you, Black Dove. I agree absolutely with you. It's the look in his eyes. Yep. Full circle, karmic, for sure. Hi, Justin. Justin is from New Zealand. Hello. Kiwis in the house. I want to thank you for firstly and sympathetically humanizing Kurt, and then for enabling Kurt to reveal the kind of human he is. Dylan needed and probably deserved a better confidant. I appreciate your comment, Justin. Rainy Joe. Rainy Joe is saying it's also like the hottest summer ever, so maybe they couldn't keep up with them. I can barely keep up with my big garden in this heat. It's a full-time job this year. Oh, I know. And listen, I'm not a farmer, but I love plants. I love gardening. I've always had a bit of a green thumb. And I know how proud I am. Like I treat my plants like babies. So when they like right now, I'm growing lavender, and it's like starting to sprout, and it's just such like a, I don't know, you feel proud, like you've grown something, you've done something. So I can't even imagine for a person like Dylan that had such a passion for this, to see, that start to come to some sort of fruition, what that must have felt like. um but I'm glad that he at least had that feeling. Robert. um, I understand Dylan's childhood was painful and on a rocky road. This makes me even sadder knowing of his loss. I just pray he is at eternal peace with the angels. Same, Robert. Thank you for saying that. Black Dove. Yes. That's why I clicked the Reddit post. The eyes are the window to the soul. Yes, they are. There is something about the look in his eyes. He seems caring, genuine, but very sad and lonely, haunted by his eyes. The lonely. I really felt the lonely and the sad for sure. I'm going to 100% agree with you on that. I felt the same way. Colleen, not a farmer, not a psychic. Exactly. That's probably going to be level 2 to my membership, Colleen, not a farmer. So just saying. If you get that, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Crystal, I thought his eyes held the stress of making everyone happy and keeping the heat off anyone he protected. Maybe, Crystal. It's when I think people we've all had our reactions when we look deeply at that picture and what we think we're seeing. For me, it was just sad. I saw just sadness, like lonely sadness. Crystal, I thought his eyes held the stress. Oh, I already read that. Jesus, sorry. But yeah, no, there's the picture with Candace, where he has like that. I don't know, like not a suit, but like a vest on, and he's sort of dressed up a little bit. Something about that picture with him, his face looks different. Um, it his eyes don't look happy to me. And I'm not saying that like, oh, he hated his mom. I'm not saying that, but there's something about that picture that always bothers me. Um, Karmic, he was tired of the pain and the strain. Yeah, I've heard things, about Dylan's upbringing. People that watch other channels have told me some things that have been said. One particular thing about a shower curtain. Do not know if that's true or not. Um, but with thinking on that, if it was true, and I'm gonna say an if because I was not there, so I do not know. But if Dylan was choked with a shower curtain as a younger person, it really, even though he's a farmer, I would have to say that may be why he had an aversion to showering regularly, like in a shower, because you heard Kurt saying that, or I think you did. I don't know if we were on the air or not, but he was telling me that, Dylan would get um like gallon jugs of water and he would pour it over his head and he would wash his hair like that. So it and this is a personal story, but it reminded me of this. Um, it's somebody in my real life, but at 2 years old, this person, it's a male. His father shoved mashed potatoes down his throat at a restaurant. He was a regular 2-year-old, and he just, didn't want to eat his mashed potatoes, kind of playing around. And his dad was a pretty abusive guy. And so he decided that he was going to shove, literally, those mashed potatoes down his throat, and he threw up. And it was so traumatic for him that to this day, he will not eat mashed potatoes. He's tried, he's thrown it up. He just cannot do it. That memory is so significant. It still traumatizes him to this day. And that was decades ago. So again, I don't know if that shower curtain story is true, but it does make me wonder about Dylan's showering because, there was another family that Dylan sort of stayed with in Idaho. And the mom of that family, said that he he didn't really like to shower regularly. Like she would have to kind of mother him a little bit, and tell him like, hey, get in the shower. You need to shower. So when I heard that, that's what I thought about. But I don't want to accuse Dylan Rounds of anything because I do not know that it's true. So, Robert, the picture of Dylan with the vest is haunting to me. He looks so tired, drawn, and even unhealthy. Unhealthy is a very good word. I thought so as well. Um, did you notice something about his face, Robert? Like his face almost looks oddly like swollen or something. I don't. There's just something about that picture. Shacy says, in all the pictures that were taken of Dylan, he seemed to be a happy kid, in my opinion. Okay. And this is what I mean. Shacy is seeing this a very different way. She feels like, that he looked happy. So, Crystal, I left home at 17 also. I got out the first time I could. I was too intelligent for my mom and dad. I was shocked how brilliant they had become in 2 years when I returned. Crystal, you are definitely my kind of subscriber, okay? I love that. Kids think that they know everything. When you were a teenager, nobody could tell you anything. Like, you just thought you knew everything. I swore I knew everything. Like, God forbid you try to tell me something. Oh, no, I already know all about that. I didn't know a damn thing. you know. So, Black Dove. Dylan looked uncomfortable in a lot of the pics, especially with family nearby. If he was physically abused growing up and was murdered, there's no justice in this world. That's why I pray he's alive. Very well, Black. Very well. Crystal at Black Dove. High percent of abuse take excessive baths. Yes, but you have to think about what happened if that's true with a shower curtain. Um, because that could have been so traumatic that he would just want to stay away from stuff like that. Um, just saying. Some Beach is giving you some virtual hugs here, Black Dove. Karmic thinks that he looks gaunt. I don't know. Yeah, and that's another thing. With the pictures that we've seen with Dylan older, um, he sort of varies in pictures. Like he looks one way in one picture, and then like a totally different way. I guess it's normal. In some pictures I look good, other pictures look absolutely terrible. So I guess that's normal, but just still something about those eyes. I'll hug you too, Jess. Thank you, Sun Beach. Throw out the hugs. We all need the hugs here. It's been a long weeks and weeks of this. I know you guys feel this pressure just as much as we all do. So, Karmic, invest with the mom. Yeah, that's the one picture that stood out to me. And it wasn't Candace. Again, I am not attacking Candace. Okay, I'm just saying that in that picture, he just looked off. There was just something there, and that's what I think. You guys seen Shacy say no? I thought he looked happy. So, did y'all see his TikTok? I did not see his TikTok, Sun Beach. Actually, that made me the saddest. His TikTok with the farm pictures, like when the sky was like purple. Is that what you're talking about? Because I believe I've seen something like that. He was an old soul, just like my daughter. That's what makes me so sad. See, again, once again, another person that has made a connection to this case that just has nothing to do with why I was connected to this case or Black Dove was connected to this case. Some beaches, this makes her think of her daughter, and this is why it makes her sad. And this is what I'm saying. Everyone has their own reasons as to why this case has grabbed them. Yeah. You guys, we have literally been on for 2 hours and 20 minutes. It's quite a long time. I think we might be going ahead and ending this. I really enjoyed this chat with you guys. I hope you guys did as well. And I'll be going live again soon. And me and Cynthia, might have some things to chat about. Definitely look out for Glory's video. We definitely want to see if she gets to talk to the prosecutor and ask about that murder charge with Chase Venstra, and who that could have been, if they were investigating him for Dylan or for someone else. So, but with that said, I hope you guys all have a great day. I'm definitely going to try to. And again, thank you for giving me your time. I've enjoyed all you guys. So, bye for now.